Now in today's video, I'm going to be showing y'all how I make this two-way walking bucket build in NBA 2K24. I got two different versions of this build, so y'all can choose which one to go with. Hey, if y'all could just do me a favor and like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on post notifications to the channel so you can be notified when I post. And let's try to get 100 likes on today's video. Now for the first version of this build, you want to go with point guard. For the height, you want to go with 6'6", and for the weight, you want to go with 198 pounds, and for the wingspan, you're going to just leave it at 6'11". Now, as y'all can see, the metrics is pretty tough. You're 6'6" at point guard, and you got a decent long enough wingspan. So we're going to go ahead and start off with the finishing. So obviously, for the close shot, we're not going for the 60 today. You know what I'm saying? I always say past 60 or at least 60 is good, but we get a 91 close shot. Yes, a 91 close shot. And for the driving layup, we're going to go ahead and put that all the way up to an 84, just enough so we can get good layup badges. Now, we don't get no driving dunk, unfortunately, but we actually get standing dunk on this player. We're going to go ahead and put it all the way up to a 55. Yeah, it's not high enough to get like contacts or anything, but hey, it is what it is. It'll get the job done. And for the post control, we're going to max it out to a 90. Yes, you get a 90 post control on this 6'6" guard, which allows you to get a lot of good post scoring badges. And you know, if you need a bailout bucket, then hey, get in the post. But we're going to go ahead and move on to the shooting. So for the mid range, you want to put it all the way up to a 90 so we can get all the good midi badges like midi magician, deadeye, and blinders on goal with an 88 3 ball, which allows us to get silver agent threes, and on top of that we get an 86 free throw. Now the shooting stats is amazing. You basically got everything you need, but we're gonna move on to the playmaking. So for the pass accuracy, you want to go ahead and put it all the way up to an 80. An 80 pass accuracy is actually definitely high enough, and on top of that we get a decent ball handle. I mean, 87, it'll get the job done. You get silver killer combos. So that's just a W right there, and we still get gold ankle breaker. Now for the speed with ball, we're going to put it up to an 83, so we can come up the court fast enough and while we're dribbling. So that's just a W right there. And we're going to move on to the defense. Now this is a category where it lacks, to be honest. Now I'm not going to lie, this will definitely be like a good twos build, even maybe a ones build. It's just you really lack in defense in certain categories. Like look, we have a 90 perimeter, but we only have a 50 steal, and we don't get block, unfortunately, or offensive rebound, and we only have a 45 defensive rebound. So that's just the only part about this build that really lacks in that area. Now for the physicals, we're going to go ahead and put the speed to an 82, and we're going to put the acceleration all the way up to an 86. And for the strength, we're going to go ahead and put that up to a 65. You can't go past the 65 because then you'll get a different build name. So we got to go with the 65 strength, but we still get gold fearless finisher because of that. We get that 57 vertical and 96 stamina. And here's the stats, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. I feel like the second version y'all might like more, only for the simple fact I'm going to show y'all why. Now here's the shades we get: Jerry West, D'Angelo Russell, and Marcus Smart. Definitely some odd shades, but you have built yourself a two-way walking bucket. Come on now, this build name is tough in my opinion, and the build is pretty much all around. But we're gonna move on to the second version, and here's why I think y'all gonna like this one more. Now we're gonna go with shooting guard, and instead of 6'6", we're gonna go with 6'7". For the weight, we're gonna go with 210 pounds, and for the wingspan, you actually get a 6'8" wingspan. You could go 6'9", but you lose that 88 3 ball, so we're gonna go with 6'8" wingspan. Now we're gonna go ahead and start off with the finishing. Now here's why I think y'all gonna like this build more. Now as y'all can see, we still get that 91 close shot. I mean, that doesn't go anywhere. I'm pretty sure you need that in order to even get close to getting this name. And now for the driving layup, we're gonna put that exactly at a 70. Not really that great, to be honest, but it is what it is. And for the driving dunk, we're going to put that all the way up to a 90. Yes, a 90 driving dunk. We get driving dunk on this player so we can get contacts and everything. And for the standing dunk, we only get a 35. Now, we don't get post control, but it's all good because we're going to move on to the shooting. Now, as y'all can see, we're going to put the midi all the way up to an 89, which is just good enough. You just lose one badge, which is gold deadeye, but you still get it on silver, and we get that 88 3 ball. And we're going to put our free throw up to an 80, just enough so we can get silver free points. And as y'all can see, the shooting is pretty much on point. Like I said, you only lose that gold dead eye, but you still get gold blinders and gold green machines, so that's just a dub right there. The playmaking is pretty much lower. You only get a 60 pass accuracy, and for the ball handle, you're going to only put it up to an 88, which is just enough to get like Kobe sigs and stuff like that, as long as you have an 88 ball handle. And for the speed with ball, you're going to put that up to a 75. Now, the playmaking is a little bit lower, but you still get driving dunk, which makes up for it. And a 60 pass accuracy is not that bad. I have builds with a 60 pass accuracy that still gets dots of. So yeah, but we're going to move on to the defense. Now for the interior, you're going to put it up to a 30. For the perimeter defense, you're going to put it all the way up to a 90. Once again, defense in these like builds is basically the same. I mean, bro, there's not much you really can do here. As long as you have a high enough perimeter, though, you can definitely stay in front of somebody and get stops because you have gold challenger and a lot of good other defensive badges as far as on the perimeter. So as long as you can stay in front of them, you'll be fine. But we're going to move on to the physicals. For the speed, we're going to put it up to an 81. For the acceleration, we're going to put it up to a 73. And then for the strength, like I said before, you cannot go past 65, unfortunately, because if you do, you will not get the name. You'll get like shoot first 2 guard or shoot first point, so you have to keep it at 65. And for the vertical, we're going to go ahead and put it all the way up to a 78, just enough so we can get contacts and we get silver posterizer because of that. And we're going to max our stamina to a 95. Now, in my opinion, this build is better offensively, only for the simple fact that you do get a driving dunk, and on top of that, you can basically do everything else that the other build could do. You just can dunk with this player. That's really the common denominator. And as you can see, you have built yourself a 2-way walk-in bucket. But this is the end of the video, and I just want to say that I appreciate all y'all for tuning in. And if you're new to the channel, why don't you like, comment, subscribe? We is on that grind of 20k subs, but the ultimate goal is 100k subs, you feel me? So if you want to join the journey, go ahead and sub up, my guy. It's free. I try to drop at least like a video every day or every other day, man. I try to post content daily, so if you need like some builds, jump shots, dribble moves, or even a dribble tutorial. I just recently posted a dribble tutorial, so if you want to tap into that, go ahead, man. Learn some combos to get yourself open with these type of builds. Come on now. But my most recent videos is going to be popping up on the screen right here. And hey, man, I'm out.